Hey everyone, I am Priyanshi Agrawal and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Now we are going to solve the today's Leetcode daily challenge, which is longest strictly increasing or strictly decreasing subarray. So this is tagged with easy. So let's see what is this question and how we can solve it. So in this question you are given an array of integer nums and we need to return the length of the longest subarray of nums, which is either strictly decreasing or strictly increasing, right? So what do you mean by strictly increasing or strictly decreasing? That we should not consider the elements which are equal. Okay, so we need to return the length of the longest subarray, which is either strictly increasing or decreasing. Okay, so one very brute force approach for this could be like if you are given with an array, so you can generate all of its subarrays and check for each subarray that whether it is strictly increasing or decreasing, and then store its length, and you can then return the length of the longest subarray. So this is a very naive way. And for generating all the subarrays of an array, what complexity you will need? You will need n square, because let's say you will iterate in this 1 4 3 3 2. First you will take this subarray, then this, and then in this way, in the n square complexity, you will be able to get all the subarrays and check whether it is increasing or decreasing. And as we look at on the constants, then this will also work, as it's 50 into 50 will be the complexity. But can we optimize it further, because n square complexity generally doesn't look good? So let's see if we can optimize it further. So what we need to find is that we have been given with an array, let's say this, and we need to check whether it is strictly increasing, decreasing, or if it has equal elements. So we need to check only for this area, either increasing, either decreasing. We don't need to consider this. So if we just need to check whether it is increasing or decreasing, can't we just keep the track of the count of these increasing numbers and these decreasing numbers and then store the maximum of them? Okay, so let's try doing this. Okay, so let's create two pointers, that is increasing and decreasing, and initially their length will be 1 as there is no element before 7, right? Okay, so let's compare the another element with the ith minus 1 index. Oh, this is increasing, so we will simply increment our increasing pointer count by 1. Now we will compare the next element with the previous one. Oh, this is also increasing, so let's increment it. Now we will compare this with this. No, this is decreasing. Now we will increment the decreasing length counter. Okay, now this is also decreasing. So let's increment this counter. Oh, now this is again increasing. So what we need to do here, pay attention here, because this is only the tricky point of this question. So now this is increasing. So if we see that earlier the increasing counter was 3, so we can't increase it to 4 because we need to find the subarray, not the subsequence. Subarray elements should be consecutive. So what we need to do here is that if we have stopped incrementing the incrementing counter and we have started incrementing this counter, so at this point we will change this counter value to 1. And similarly for the decrementing counter, if we are incrementing this counter, so we will change this value to 1, right? Okay, so now if we found that this is increasing, okay, so we can simply increase this counter and change this counter value to 1. Okay, now we can see, oh, this is also increasing, so let's increase this counter, and if we still change its value to 1. Okay, oh, now these are equal, these both are equal. So what we will do, we will change the counter of both increment and decrement to 1, because it is neither strictly increasing nor decreasing, so we will change both of their counter to 1. Okay, now we have seen 1 is less than 7, so it means it is decrementing, so we will simply increment this counter and again change that above counter to 1. And as we can see, the maximum of all of them is 3. So what will be our answer? Our answer will be max length of maximum of max length comma increment counter comma decrement counter, right? So this will be our max length. And if we talk about its time and space complexity, then its time complexity will be big O of n, as we are doing only single iteration, and its space complexity will be big O of 1, as we have not used any extra space. Okay, so let's try code it so you will get better idea. So let's first store the size of the array and then initialize two counter, that is increment and decrement, and max length variable with 1. So now we will start iterating. I is equals to 1, I is less than n, I plus plus, and if nums of I is greater than nums of I minus 1, it means it is incrementing. So we will increment this counter and change the decrementing counter to 1. Else, if nums of I is less than nums of I minus 1, it means it is decrementing, and we will change the increment counter to 1. Else, it means the elements are equal. So what we will do, we will change both of these counter values to 1. Okay, and then we will store the maximum of all of them. Maximum of max length, comma increment, comma decrement. And finally we will return this max length. Okay, so let's try run this. Yeah, it's working fine. Let's try submitting it. So yeah, it's working fine. So yeah, this was all about it. This question, it was an easy question, but optimized approach might be a tricky one for you. So yeah, this was all for this question. I hope you get it, but if you still have any doubts, then you can post in the comment section. I will surely try to answer them. Till then, bye guys, see you in the next video.